I hope you liked yesterday's What We Ate. It was the day that Tom and I went to Vienna to just walk around the city centre. So we had breakfast before we left, and then we had lunch in Vienna, and we got back just in time for dinner here. Then today we just sort of went around the centre of Bratislava. We had lunch at a really cute vegan bar, and then we came back. We might go for a swim and we'll have dinner here. So I'll obviously show you what else we have today, but for breakfast we again had oats, we had some bread with hummus, and we had, as every morning, some blood orange juice. At the vegan bar we had pea and mint soup, and then we had a sauerkraut cabbage bake, which also had some rice, some mince, and I don't really know what else, but it was quite delicious. For dinner we're, I think, gonna have some pasta, and except for that I don't really know, but I'll show you once we get to that point. So yeah, that's what we eat on a day of holidays. It's not what we typically eat. If you want to know what we typically eat, then check out the last video I made during our exam period. That's quite a typical day in the life for us. So now onto a question that I've been getting a lot recently. Are you vegan? Are you vegetarian? And the like. Well, I've basically been more or less vegetarian for the past 2 years at university, so I guess it is fair to say I am vegetarian, I think. I guess my boyfriend is vegan, and because of that it's just more convenient to make vegan meals because we eat together, and you know, it's just a pain to make two different dishes when really it's just unnecessary. However, that brings me back to a video I made earlier about veganism in eating disorder recovery and my thoughts on that, namely that in recovery I don't think you should restrict any foods, whether it be meat, milk, gluten, whatever you can think of, and that's just because for many people restricting any kind of food would be because of their eating disorder, because it is that disordered voice telling them to cut down, to decrease calories, etc. If that is the case, then don't listen. Don't listen. And while your body is recovering and repairing itself, it also just needs all the nutrients that it can get. So if you cut out certain food groups, that's just more difficult. However, having said that, I do think that once recovered you can transition to a vegan diet or a vegetarian diet or whatever diet you think suits you best. In my case, that means quite high fat, high carbs, yeah, I do eat lots of beans and other protein sources, but meat, I was never really big on meat ever since I was a child. I was that one little kid telling my mom, oh, I want to be vegetarian, and then my mom sort of telling me, well, you need your protein, little girl. So that is my story, but it really differs per person. You might thrive better on a high fat or high protein or high carb diet, but yeah, I don't think you should restrict. You should just listen to your body and what it is telling you, and I think you can only really do that once fully recovered, because in recovery your cues, your hunger cues and your sense of your body is a bit off. So I think you need to take that into consideration when you make certain decisions. Also keep in mind that if you are transitioning to any kind of different diet, you might just need to eat a bunch more because certain foods are higher or lower in calories than others. And although I don't think you should track calories or count calories, I certainly don't. I do think you should be aware of this so that you certainly feed yourself sufficiently and feed yourselves the foods that keep your energy up and help you thrive so that you can be the best you can be. So that was it for my Food Diary Friday of this week. I hope you liked it. I hope you liked the featuring of my boyfriend, and if you have any future video requests, then let me know in the comments. Be sure to like this video, to subscribe, and to check out my Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and all the other links in the description, and I will see you soon.